But we're up and running now, and everything's going good. We're back, still at the property. I've been waiting on some packages to come in, and I got one of them today, which was the boat, which it's actually a pack raft. It's an inflatable fishing boat that I can use for myself and also for Meadow, and that's going to be for when we go out in lakes and stuff like that, and want to get out into the deeper waters. And also tomorrow is my birthday. I'll be 49, and so definitely seeing the gray here illuminated by the sun coming through in the window. So I'm looking a little bit older these days, but everything's going good out here. Just been kind of hanging out at the property. Haven't really been doing much. Found out why my hand hurts. It's when I chop wood. That's when my hand really starts to hurt at the base here, and so I must have done something to it that made it to where I don't know. I guess I gets injured by that movement, and so sorry about that. When somebody calls, the audio cuts out, so it'll cut out here just for a second. But anyway, so I think that's why my hand was hurting was because I was chopping so much wood. I was doing that fire, the wood fired hot tub like every single night. And the other night I hadn't done it in a couple 3 or 4 weeks because my hand was hurting pretty bad. So I thought, oh, I'll get the hot tub going. The next day, man, my hand was just on fire. And so I think that when I chop wood, instead of having my lead hand be with the right hand, I'm gonna have to learn how to chop with the left hand. And so that was, I think, is what the problem was. But let's see. I bet you look like that. Oh yeah, James. Yeah, dude. I totally look like a little kid when I don't have the beard. I remember there was a sponsor that I had. It was Harry's, the shaving company, and I was like this ad agency I was working with was like, oh yeah, they want you to do like a shaving thing. I was like, well, I haven't shaved for like a decade. I was like, I look like a little tiny kid, like literally like a pre-teenager when I don't have my beard. And they're like, oh, I told them, I was like, yeah, an idea for the video would be like, I haven't shaved in 10 years, so what does my face look like? And I remember after I shaved, everybody's like, you look like a little kid. And it's true, I totally do. But it's been nice. It's been super windy out. I didn't think I'd be able to get the hot tub going. And I did get it all filled up and everything. But I didn't get a whole lot of firewood in order because the wind has just been crazy. But I'm thinking now it's starting to die down a little bit, so we may go out there and see if we can light up a little bit. So, yeah, somebody was saying, "Hey, what's up, Jack?" Yeah, 49. I'm a youngster. Yeah, it's. I was looking through pictures earlier, and I was just like, man, it's 49 years. It doesn't seem like I've been here that long, but it's cool. I mean, I've been doing a bunch of great stuff as of late. I mean, last 10 years have been amazing. I mean, the journey to off grid was definitely one that was filled with a lot of twists and turns, and I didn't know that I would be that it would end up like this. I'm really glad that it has because it's awesome. I'm really thankful for the way things have turned out, especially having this property here in the middle of nowhere in Arizona, and it's just an incredible life to be able to like literally live the way I want to, film it, and then get paid for it. Like that's crazy. So people are commenting that Meadow's big. Yeah, she's huge. Look how big she's getting. She still thinks that like she's a puppy though, because like when we're in the truck, she'll get in my lap and want to ride along like when I'm driving down the road, especially when we're in when we're in town, and she'll sit there and sit on my lap, and I'm like, I can't see now because you're getting so big. So, but uh, but yeah, she's been having fun out here. We've just been running around, just doing our thing, having a good time. I need to take some allergy medicine real quick, so hang on real quick. That's what I forgot to do. But basically, just been chilling here, like I said, waiting for packages to come in. We got one more coming in, and then we'll be good to go. We'll start roaming again. And I wanted to show you all the boat. So I've got it laid out here outside. I haven't inflated it yet, but I wanted to lay it out to show you kind of what the size is of it. And so here it is right here. So between here and here is 8 feet. So you can see that's laying over about 6 inches. Come over here. So it's probably about 7 feet long, I would say. And then when you flip it out here, let me show you. Looks like this. And then, of course, you inflate it all up and you're good to go. Got these little packages or these little things on the side, which open and close real easy just for storage, which is nice. And then I've got oars, which are going to go, I think, no, actually they go up here. And then I also have a floor for that as well. So it's like a wood floor. I think you put it in after you go ahead and get it all inflated and all that stuff. And then what I really like here is on the sides, on both sides, it has, a nice way to measure your fish. So you can measure your catch on both sides there. And it says one person or 225 pounds, 300 pounds per person and gear total. So that'll be plenty. I mean, we'll be good when I get Meadow in there. It won't be a problem. So I'm thinking that what I can do is I can sit in the back portion here, and I've got a little seat that came with it as well. But sit in the back portion, and then up front, have it to where that's where Meadow will sit, and then we'll be good. And the reason why I wanted this is because I use that Tenkara style of fly fishing, and the only drawback to it is you're really limited with your range around you, because it's a fixed line, and so I've got about a 20-foot radius around me when I'm doing fly fishing. And so what I can do is I can paddle out to the middle part of the lakes with this and just sit there and sight cast, and just like when I see a fish rise, boom, slam it and then see if I can get on the line. And it's so much fun to fish like that. Like, it's so much fun to just sit there and, you're just scanning the water, and as soon as you see a fish rise, boom, you hit it, and get in here. So that's really going to help me get into some deeper waters with some bigger fish, especially in areas where there's lakes and stuff like that. In rivers, you don't need it, and in lakes, you definitely do. So the high altitude lakes, I mean, the big fish are always in the middle part of the lake anyway. So looking this way, we got ourselves shaping up to be a nice sunset this evening. So we got a few clouds in the sky, which always makes it, really nice for when the sun starts to go down over here. But looking towards the west here, this is my view. I really love it out here. I mean, the views are great. It's quiet. There's no one around, all that stuff. And it just makes for just, really great living out here. And, it's nice to kind of be up on this little hill that I'm on here, because if you look around, I'm kind of up above everything except for the ridge behind me there, but up above everything. And, it's kind of like sitting here on, like I'm on a little raised podium just looking around. And it's really nice because the views are so long that I don't ever feel like I'm closed in. Sometimes you can get in mountain parcels where especially if you're like in a canyon, you kind of feel closed in a little bit. I've got wide open views all the way around. And it is kind of nice having this behind me here. And, like this whole ridge right here is nice because then you can sleep in a little bit. I don't get sun coming up and hitting the camper here, for a good hour or two after the sun starts to rise, which is nice. And then when it does hit the camper, what'll happen is I'll get a little bit of sun for like the first 10 minutes coming in the bottom part of the window there. And then the sun starts to come up, and so it goes down here, and I get more shade cast over the front of it. And it's real nice. So I feel like I lucked out with this parcel because, I didn't really realize how good I had it or good I have it, I guess, when I got this place, because what are you doing, sweetie? Because with the community well, and then just the peace and solitude, and also too, one thing is even though I've got this peace and solitude and I'm off grid and everything, I'm only a mile and a half from pavement, which is really nice, especially given the fact that the soil out here can be so sloppy, when things are like, when it's wet or after it snows or something like that. And so the fact that I'm only a mile and a half off pavement, it's really convenient. And, that, and then also too, the proximity to neighbors, like no one being around really. I mean, my nearest neighbor is Darren, and I never hear him. So that's really nice to just have that peace and quiet. And then also too, that funky little town of Seligman. That town just keeps growing on me. It's only, it's less than 500 people, but they've got some pretty good restaurants in town. Like they're like quirky restaurants, but they're cool. And then I think the town itself is poised, for a good future, because a lot of the people that own the businesses in town, they're getting to retirement age, and they want to move on. And so I've noticed a lot of places have come up for sale. And as you get new owners and stuff like that, and maybe some younger blood in there, it'll inject kind of some new vibes into the town. But I think it's poised to like do really well in the future because we're far enough out to where no one's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna move to Seligman, and like commute to Flagstaff or whatever for work. It doesn't work like that 'cause it's too far. But the town does have some really neat historic buildings. Some of them are vacant right now, and it'd be kind of neat to, if like they came around and had like some good stuff. So yeah, West Side Leathers is really good. They've got great food, and also too the pizza joint. They got one of the best hamburgers around, and their pizza's really good too. And I guess their pasta's insane. Like their Italian's starting to be really good. So the new owners over there are doing a great job, Lisa and Todd, and but yeah, here's little Meadow. Can you believe how big she's getting? I mean, heck, she looks like a Sierra replica, just with like the way her coat is and her markings and all that stuff. I mean, she's really gotten big. She still wants me to like pick her up at night. So what I did was when I first got her, I first rescued her and brought her back to the place here. We get up during the nighttime because I wanted to make sure that she could go to the bathroom enough so that she didn't have any mistakes here in the camper. So we get up like once or twice during the evenings. That's kind of typical during the wintertime because you get up to stoke your stove because it gets cold. And so anyway, when we get up, I grab her, then I put her over my shoulder, and I carry her outside. Well, she still wants me to do that, and I'm like, you're almost 40 pounds now. like that's not gonna work. And I don't think she gets the fact that she's getting pretty big, but yeah, she's fun. It's really great to be out on trail with her. And the only thing is I just miss Sierra like crazy. Like that was one thing that's tough about being out, and truck camping again. It's like I love all the new memories that I'm making with Meadow, but I sure do miss Sierra. It'd be awesome if I had her with me, because we had so much fun all those years. And we were hey, what's up, Kelly and Daisy? I was watching your Instagram earlier about you and Craig working on your place. Looks like things are really coming along there, so that's awesome. We'll have to all get together soon. But with Sierra though, it's just like we had so much fun. We were out and about before anybody was really doing it full time, at least on 4x4 trails. And there were a few people out, but not very many. And the times that we had and stuff like that, it was just crazy. So it's just, I mean, we had so much fun. So yeah, James, we've got that Chad's place is all dialed in now. We got it to go up to like 4,000 watts continuously that Chad was drawing from the battery, and it's just crazy. It's just like no problem, that's set up that with the AC 500 and then those B300S battery expansion kits. It's just amazing, what that thing can push, and it's cool to get it all set up, to where it's pushing everything in the house. It's just plug and play, which is just the see Sute. Ah, thank you for that. Happy birthday, Eve. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's another trip around the sun. I started thinking, I'm like, I wonder how many more trips around the sun I have. How many more springs do I have? How many more falls do I have? And stuff like that. And that's what keeps me motivated to like constantly get out there and see stuff. Because it's easy. I mean, I can tell you, sitting around the camper like this, for the last couple years, especially when Sierra was sick and we were just kind of hunkering down, you get used to like kind of just sitting around. But and then I got back out on the road. I'm like, oh yeah, there's those muscles I haven't used in a long time because you start to feel all the stuff you're using. But being back out there has just been so much fun. And we're probably gonna head back out. I'm waiting for one more package to show up because what I'm doing is I use the EcoFlow. Let me show you. Um, Delta Pro, I think is what it is. Yeah, the Delta Pro right there. So that's the battery I use right there. And then I've got an expansion battery coming for it. So right there, that's 3,700 watts of power. And then the inverter in it is 3,700 watts. So I can push, yeah, I can push anything really that I'm using around here. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to double the capacity of it. And I noticed on EcoFlow's website that they had one of their expansion battery packs for that, which is normally like $2,500. They had it on sale for $1,500. It was a refurbished one, so I was like, well, heck, I'll buy that. I mean, it's got a warranty on it and everything. So I'll be up to 7,400 watts of power out here, which is plenty for me because I don't really push that much. I push, my computer, my Starlink, my 12-volt fridge, and then my like my fridge or my hot tub. That's about it. I don't have a whole lot of draw out here. But the thing is like over at Chad's place, the place where we hooked up that huge Blue Eddy system. He's got two fridges, two AC systems, two water heaters, uh, air fryer, electric range. I mean, all that stuff. And so it's that's quite a bit of power that that he needs to operate everything if he's running everything at one time. But what's cool is he's been messaging me. He's like, dude, he's like, I'll wake up in the morning time. I've still got 60% battery capacity left with all the storage that we have with this new system. He's like, it makes off grid living so easy. Because the one thing about it is when you go off grid, especially initially, you're kind of trying to figure out what is your best power consumption and what's like your best solar array and all that stuff. And what happens is like you kind of end up micromanaging your solar for a little while. So let's see, for birthday bourbon. Oh, Tanya Bria, thank you so much for that. Yes, definitely for birthday bourbon. The burbs. But what happens is you end up managing you're kind of micromanaging your solar throughout the day because you want to make sure that you have enough power going in the nighttime and stuff like that. And now at Chad's place, he's got legitimately 3,000 watts of solar coming in for what 12 hours a day, to like power up those batteries. So he's got 12,000 watts of storage, which is just a massive amount. He's like, yeah, dude. He's like, I can do anything around here now. He's like, I don't have to manage it at all. He's like, I just leave it be. I know the power is good, and that's a big deal. When you're living off grid, because it takes a while to figure everything out. It took me probably about, I don't know, at least a year to kind of figure out what I needed out here. So let's see, James, your water pump alone, 1,200. Wow, 1,250 watts. Yeah. So yeah, you need a lot of power for stuff like that, And also too, like if you're doing anything like an air fryer or a hot plate, microwave, all that stuff. So let's go outside here. Let's go see how the sun's coming down. Let's see here. It looks like it's starting to get a little bit lower in the sky. Oh, there's the wind picking back up. See, what I don't want to do is I don't want to run the hot tub and have the wind going when it's like this windy out, because all it takes is an amber to come off of there, fly over there, and get into the grass and start catching everything on fire around here, and that'll be everybody's worst enemy, which I don't want. So, okay, so what we've got here is, for those that haven't tuned into a live stream in the evening, what happens is as the sun starts going down, we'll get a shadow right here. As it goes up the hill here, it's kind of cool because the rocks over here all change colors. They'll get to the point where they're like a real deep red when the shadow gets about right there, going across the sky. And then looking this way, we probably got about another 30 minutes before the sun goes all the way down. So, but it'll start to get real pretty around here soon. And this is the time of day which I love. I mean, this is my favorite time of the day, being out here in this sort of stuff, this sort of scenery. But I don't think the hot tub's a good idea tonight, just because I don't, like they always say, don't burn during high winds, and the reason being obviously is I can grab an ember and take it for a ride. Next thing you know, you're burning all your look at what I came back into. Just her tail was going like crazy, and she was staring at me. What are you doing, little stinker? She's been super affectionate in the morning time. So what'll happen is I'll wake up. I sleep here. She sleeps right there. I'll wake up and she's already awake, just sitting up staring at me. And then she'll jump over on top of me, lay down on my chest, and sit there and lick my face for like 20 minutes, and then we'll get up and I'll get the coffee going and get her breakfast going. But she's turned out to be really a great dog, super affectionate, lots of fun around people. She's a little skittish around other dogs. Like if there's a big dog around, she kind of cowers a little bit, and doesn't really engage them yet. But it's also, I mean, she's a puppy still. So yeah, Fitz, don't burn the village down, that's for sure. But yeah, she's very strong. She's really, really coming into her own, really developing well. It's that good diet from Prescott's Paws and Claws from Sandy and Roman, which I need to give them a buzz. I need to go into Prescott soon and go get some more food. But it's that good food that we've been feeding her, and I think it's really, really helping out as far as giving her a great base foundation for good health, and I'm just gonna continue, feeding her as much good stuff as possible. So, Agronger, yeah, that's true. So, I see William Meek. You were saying Sunset's awesome as usual. Oh yeah, I love it out here. What's up, Nat? It's okay to say big dog is Agron. Well, but other dogs too. Like we were in, let's see, we were in Seligman, and there were these two dogs that were next to us in the area where we parked, and they were in the vehicle next to us, and they were barking. And man, Meadow was just like having a come apart. I thought it's okay, you'll be good. So let's see here, Corey. You're saying Bill picked up my spare tire at the More Expo. Can't wait to get it. Oh, cool. That's awesome. I'll have to go out to More Expo one of these years. So I did get asked by Blue Eddie if I would come up to Overland Expo for a day or two and hang out in their booth, and I told him sure. So I'll probably just go up on that Saturday for the Overland West Expo, and what is that, the 18th of May? So I'll be up at the Fort Hotel, County Park or whatever it is, and be in the Blue Eddie booth with those folks. So I want to try to work with EcoFlow a little bit, but I don't know if that's going to work out. We'll kind of see how things go going forward. But but yeah, no, if it's that's the fire safety is definitely definitely important out here. Yeah, Corey, that's the Mountain West, so it's the one in Flagstaff. So I'll be up there for that Saturday, as long as Meadows allowed in the booth. I've emailed them back today because they emailed me yesterday and asked me if I'd be interested in being a part of that. So oh, cool, Corey. Yeah, we'll have to get together and meet up and maybe we can camp or something like that. So be awesome to see you and Bill. But so yeah, so I'll be up there with see the Blue Eddie people here in Vegas are very cool. Met them twice. Oh, that's cool, James. I'll have to. I'm looking forward to meeting them. I've never met them in person, so but it's cool that they're close because with Vegas not being too far from here, I thought that would be kind of cool. So oh, we were going to the one at Loveland. Oh, okay. Yes, of course. I think this one is just called the Overland Expo West. I think so. It's the one in May. That's in Flagstaff, and what it is like I tried to I was trying to get EcoFlow to send me some of the bigger batteries to work with, but they just kind of wanted to send me the smaller ones and stuff like that. So oh, Lon, look at that, $50 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And but EcoFlow just wanted to kind of send me the smaller batteries to review, and I don't know. I felt like those were kind of like people want to know about batteries that have bigger capabilities, especially for off grid living. And so, like, especially with the camper here running an air conditioner, it's like you need bigger batteries for stuff like that. And I thought it would be important to show that stuff, and that's where Blue Eddie really stepped up to the plate and was like, they're like, hey, what you want to do this massive battery for your buddy's place? I was like, yeah, sure. And see, Jerry, you're asking one of my feelings about Jackery. I think they're good. What their thing is like they don't have as good of like charge controllers and stuff like that, so they can like make sure that they're really nice and lightweight. So if you were to have the same output battery that you would have like an EcoFlow to a Jackery, the Jackery is going to weigh less. But the reason why is because um, Jackery uses like just a little bit less of a quality charge controller and inverter, but it's still good though. I mean, it still runs great. So I just haven't used any of their really big systems. Like I've used more of their portable stuff, like truck camping and things of that nature. So, but other than that, just kind of been chilling around here. Worked on a few things. I did knock off. If you guys remember, I was building that cowboy cabin, and on the front of it, I had like another structure. I actually ended up taking that and taking the whole front structure of that down. But I'm keeping the back structure. I think I'll turn that into just a little like a garden shed or something like that, and we'll be good to go. And then for tonight for dinner, what I'm doing is I've got a big old steak that I'm going to be cooking up, and also potatoes. So I'm excited for that, and was really hoping that the wind would die down, but I just don't think it's going to cooperate for tonight. So unfortunately, the uh, the birthday hot tub soak was not going to be there. So so anyway, all right, folks. I know this is kind of short, but I'm going to go ahead and log off now because I'm going to get my dinner going, and then I got to edit a video which needs to be submitted to a client later tonight. So I don't have a whole lot of time. So, but I just want to get on real quick and say hello to everybody. I haven't had a video up this week, but I'll have one up tomorrow. And Then we're gonna get back out and truck camping, probably like the first part of next week, and put that little boat to use, and go knock it out. So, all right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next video, which will, like I said, will be up tomorrow, and then we'll probably do a live stream this weekend before we head out. We're supposed to have rain tomorrow, and let's see, tomorrow's Thursday, and then also Friday, and then Saturday, and then after that I can head out. So, all right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Happy birthday to me, and we'll see you on the next video.